सान्द्रानन्दावबोधात्मकमनुपमितं कालदेशावदिभ्या निर्मुक्तं नित्यमुक्तं निगमशतसहस्रेण निर्भास्यमानम् अस्पष्टं दृष्टमात्रे पुनः उरुपुरुषार्थात्मकं ब्रह्मतत्त्वं तत्तावत् भाति साक्षात् गुरुपवनपुरे हन्त भाग्यं जनानां योगीन्द्राणां त्वदङ्गेष्वधिकसुमधुरं मुक्तिभाजां निवासो भक्तानां कामवर्षद्युतरुकिसलयं नाथ ते पादमूलं नित्यं चित्तस्थितं मे पवनपुरपते कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो कृष्णा कारुण्य सिंधो हृत्वा निशेषतापान् प्रदिशतु परमानन्द सन्दोहलक्ष्मी
Gurupavanapure Hantabhagyam Janana. Namaskaram to all the Astikas. Bhaṭṭatiri has been explaining the Vaibhavam that is attached to Paramatma, the different means to reach Paramatma. Here he continues, Avyaktam margayanta shrutibhirapi nayai kevala jnana lubdhaha Klishyante tiva siddhim bahutara janusha mantayeva apnuvanti durastha karma yogopi cha paramaphale natvayam bhakti yogaha tvamula deva hridyastvaritamai bhavat prapako vardhatam me. Ai, Hey Shri Krishna of Guruvayur, kevala jnana lubdhaha, those of them who desire merely knowledge, jnana lubdhaha, kevala jnana lubdhaha, mere knowledge, margayantaha avyaktam, and thereby seek that supreme Brahman. So they say margayantaha avyaktam, that supreme Brahman, shrutibhihi nayaihi, through what? Through means of scriptures, through Granthavalokanam, reading the Vedas, learning the Vedas, Vedadhyayanam, learning the Vedangas, learning the Upabrahmanas, Smritis, the 14 Vidyasthanas, all this they learn, Shrutibihi, Nayaihi, along with that logic. So there is a Tarka Shastra that they learn, Klishyante Ativa, they seem to struggle very hard. After reading so much, after reasoning so much, after applying logic so much, they seem to struggle. Klishyante ativa eva ante bahutara janusha. Maybe at the end of innumerable lives, we can't even count. Prapnuvanti siddhim. They seem to attain moksham. Then what is the use? If we have to attain moksham towards the end of innumerable life, just because there is a lot of reading, then what is the use? Then what should be done? Karma yogaha api durastaha cha paramaphale. Even people who practice karma yoga, he says durastaha, they seem to be very far. Paramaphale. Paramaphalam is moksha. They seem to be very far from moksha. So those of them who do jnana yoga and karma yoga seem to be far away from their goal. They will attain. We don't know when. They will attain after so many lives. We don't know how many lives. So what is the way out? To ayam bhakti yogaha na tatha. Whereas bhakti yoga is not so. Hridyaha amulat eva. Being attractive. The yoga itself is so attractive. Hridyaha amulat eva. Right from the beginning. Right from its commencement, it is very attractive. Bhavat prapakaha tvaritam. Bhavat prapakaha. It seems to help the jivatma attain you. Bhavat prapakaha tvaritam. Immediately, quickly. Vardhatam saha me. May that bhakti yoga that helps the Jivatma reach you quickly compared to Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga increase in me, help grow in me, says Bhaṭṭatiri. Jnānayaivāti yatnam munirapavadate brahmatattvam tu shrinvan गाढं त्वत्पादभक्तिं शरणमयति यस्तस्य मुक्तिः कराग्रे त्वद्ध्यानेऽपीह तुल्या पुनरसुकरता चित्तचाञ्चल्यहेतोः अभ्यासादाशु शक्यं तदपि वशयितुं त्वत्कृपा चारुताभ्यां मुनिः अपवदते yati yatnam. So Vedavyasa decries the enormous efforts. So he doesn't hide them out. He says these are the enormous methods, jnanaya eva, made by some for merely attaining knowledge, gaining some knowledge. These are the various ways. To yaha shrinvan brahma tattvam, the one who is listening to the true nature of Brahman. Shrinvan brahma tattvam ayati gadham sharanam, takes firm refuge. புகழ்பொன்றில்லா வடியேன் உன் அடிக்குள் அமர்ந்து புகுந்தேனே, says Swami Nammalvar, the mystic poet, while referring to Venkateshwara Swami of Tirumala. புகழ் ஒன்றில்லா வடியேன் அகதிம் சரணாகதம் ஹரேஹே. புகழ் ஒன்றில்லா வடியேன் உன் அடிக்குள் அமர்ந்து புகுந்தேனே, அகதிம் சரணாகதம் ஹரேஹே கிருபயா கேவலமாத்மசாத் குரு, says Acharya. Similarly, ayati gadham sharanam, firm refuge, tvat padabhaktim, for devotion at your feet. Tasya muktihi karagre, for that practitioner who seeks refuge in you, sharanagati in you, muktihi karagre, moksham is at the tip of his hand. So like how we say when we worship Hayagriva, Jihwagra Simhasanam, Hayagriva stands at the tip of the tongue and helps us be eloquent. Similarly, Tasya Muktihi Karagre, moksham becomes a very accessible to that practitioner because it comes at the tip of the hand. Punaha ihatta dhyane api, then in the matter of meditation on you, when one needs to meditate on you, asukarata tulya, the difficulty in practicing it is the same. Chitta chanchalya hetoho, on account of a fickleness of the mind. Tadapi shakyam vashayitum ashu, that too it is possible to subdue soon. That fickleness of the mind can come down. Abhyasa, what is the way? Constant practice. There should not be a one-time affair. It should be a constant practice through abhyasam. Abhyasat tvat kripa charutabhyam, your divine grace and the loveliness of your form. The form that you show, when we keep meditating on it, keep contemplating on it, keep describing it, get involved in it, that will tvat kripa charutabhyam, that loveliness of your form, abhyasad, through constant practice, we will be able to subdue that soon. Nirvinnaha karma marge khalu vishamatame tvatkathaadau chagadham jata shraddhopi kaman ai bhuvanapate naiva shaknomi hatum tadbhuyo nischayena tvai nihitamana dosha buddhya bhajam stan pushniyam bhaktimeva tvai hridayagate mangshu nangshyanti sangaha. Ai bhuvanapate, O the Lord of this entire universe, nirvinnaha khalu, one has become totally disinterested. Nirvinnaha khalu. When karma marge vishamatame, in the path of karma which is extremely difficult, because there is a whole lot of karma, it has to be done constantly with full dedication. So karma marge vishamatame api jada shraddha gadam, though having cultivated a very how do I put it, deep bhakti, deep faith. So he says, jata shraddhaha gadam. Shraddhaha, that faith should be very deep. Tvatkathadaucha. And on, how does that come? That deep faith comes on hearing to your greatness, listening to Bhagavatam, listening to Vishnu Puranam, listening to Mahabharatam, listening to Ramayana. So he says, Tvatkathadaucha. aham na shaknomi eva. I am not, finally Bhaṭṭatiri says, as a practitioner, as a sadhaka, he is not able to hatum kaman, to give up desires. It may seem as if Bhaṭṭatiri is saying, he is actually echoing our thoughts. He is able to give up desires. We are not able to. But he puts himself in our shoes and says that, hatum kaman, therefore, what should I do? Tat bhajan tan, therefore clinging to them. Dosha buddhya, though being aware of that harm, nihitamanaha tvayi bhuyaha, being fixed, that mind should be fixed on you again and again. Again and again it should be fixed. Nishchayena, we say, alodhya sarvashastrani vicharyascha punah punaha. Idam ekam sunishpannam dhyeyo narayana sada. Something should be fixed with full determination. So he says, nishchayena, with determination, pushniyam bhaktim eva, I shall strengthen my devotion alone. Tvayi hridaya gate, when you abide in that heart. When you abide in that heart, sangaha nyakshanti mangshu, attachments will get soon destroyed. All that attachment will soon go away, says Bhaṭṭatiri. Then he continues, kaschit klesharjitarthakshaya vimalamatirnyudyamano janaugaihi pragevam praha vipro na khalu mama jana kala karma grahava cheto me dukkha hetu tadiha gunaganam bhavayat sarvakari tyuktva shanto gatastvam mama cha kuru vibho tadrushim chitta shantim prah kaschit vipraha. Long back, a certain Brahmana, there is a small anecdote given. Kaschidi vipraha, some Brahmana, we don't know the whereabouts. Klesharjitarthakshaya vimalamatihi. Now, his mind got purified when he says arjita artha, wealth, arjita, that wealth which was earned by him and accumulated by him, hard-earned wealth, he lost. So by losing hard-earned wealth, how did he gain good mind? He says, Nudyamanaha san janaugaihi. When he lost wealth, people will of course desert you. They will chase you away. And praha evam na khalu janaha. Then he got the buddhi that, see, if I've lost my hard-earned wealth, it is not because of anybody else. It is not because of men. Kala karma grahava. It is not because of time, action, some jatakam, some grahas, nothing of that. He says, mama dukkha hetuhu. This is the cause of my misery. So Bhagavan has removed, get that misery out. Chetaha me dukkha hetuhu. If at all there is something which is the cause of my dukkham, he says, Chetaha me dukkha hetu. My own mind is the cause. Tad bhavayat sad guna ganam. It superimposes the attribute of doership, iha sarvakari, on the Atman and does everything. Uktva iti shantaha gataha. Saying so, he became calm. That Brahmana. And then Bhaṭṭatiri says, he attained you. Krishna, thereby he attained you. When that enlightenment came in him, he attained you. Shantaha gataha tvam. Similarly for me too. So Bhaṭṭatiri is using this as a precedence. Mamacha vibho, for me too. Kuruta drishim chitta shantim. Now give me mental peace. Till now he was asking for bodily ailments to be removed. He says there is another cause to it. Mental peace. Give me that mental peace. Yelaha pragurvashim pratyati yati vivashamanaha sevamanischcharam tam gadham nirvidya bhuyo yuvati sukhamidam kshudrameveti gayan tvad prapya purnaha sukhataramacharat tadvadudhuya sangam bhaktottam samkriyamam pavanapurapade hantame rundhirogan Prak Yelaha. Then there was a Raja called Pururavas. So he is referred to as Yelaha because he was Ila's son. Prak Yelaha. Ati Vivashamanaha Prati Urvashi, who was extremely attached, loud Urvashi, the damsel. Ati Vivashamanaha Prati Urvashi, Sevamanaha Tam Chiram, and enjoyed her company for a long time. This is that portion of Pururavas and Urvashi and their love, which has been developed into a beautiful creative drama called Vikrama Urvashiyam by Mahakavi Kalidasa. So Bhuyaha, Gadham Nirvidya, at last became totally ours. Prapya Tvad bhaktim purnaha, attain that devotion in you and fulfillment. Gayan iti, singing thus. Finally, after that infatuation, life, love failure, and everything, he then said, Kshudram yeva idam yuvati sukham. Oh, the pleasure of women like Urvashi is a waste. Finally, got that knowledge. Kshudram yeva idam yuvati sukham. Acharat sukhataram, and went about immensely happy the moment he had this knowledge. Then he says, Tadvat uddhuya sangam, and removing all attachments and desires, kriyaha mam bhaktottamsam. Then he became the foremost of your devotees. Hey Pavanapurapate, similarly, for me to get that quintessential knowledge that I have to be devoted to you, hantame rundhi rogan, take pity on me. You have to show pity on me and destroy all my ailments. You have to help destroy all my ailments. That is the only way that I can survive as a bhakta, says Bhaṭṭatiri in this Dashakam.
कल्याणरूपाय कलौ जनानां कल्याणदात्रे करुणासुधाब्दे कंवादिदिव्यायुधसत्कराय वातालयाधीश नमो नमस्ते. नारायण 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 नारायण